So it is November. This planting date kind of changes year to year, but it's always in the late fall, early winter. And that is our garlic. This is one clove. It's a red Russian garlic, or if you want to church it up, I believe Baker's Creek calls it Leningrad. It's really strong garlic. It's a hard neck. It will produce a scape. You'll have to remove the next year. But plant it now. You know, we've actually not had a real frost. We had one spotty frost in October, which is normal. But since then, we've had 60, 70 degree weather, even 80s. So I couldn't plant this yet. I didn't want it to get real tall and come out the ground and tax itself before winter root growing. You want most of this growth in the cold, underground, not a lot of green stuff trying to occur, and that cold period is pretty important. Without that, you won't get a bulb that forms cloves, right? So you plant this clove. If you planted it in the spring, you would have a single clove 3, 4, 5 months later. Not good. So plant it in the fall, splits, makes cloves, harvest it probably 4 months into the next growing season. So we'd be like May, June. Yeah, about June is when we usually harvest. So we'll space these at 6 inches, planted 3 to 4 inches deep. Okay, so we take our awesome Southern River cane here, measure about 6 inches from the bed wall. Okay, go down here, do the same. Good. I put in a little bit of blood meal. This is just something I do every year. Or manure. Manure is good, but we don't have any chicken manure that's really aged out right now. It's all pretty fresh. So I don't really like playing with fire like that. It likes to burn stuff. It's too much nitrogen. So blood meal, a lot safer. And then after this, I'll put in bone meal. And bone meal, particular for root crops, is high in, I believe, phosphorus. Yes, phosphorus. I'm pretty liberal with the bone meal. Root crops, they like phosphorus and potassium. This soil is pretty rich. We made this soil with a mix of forest topsoil with some lime added because it's acidic, and river bottom silt soil that we've collected. That silt is pretty important because it contains feldspar and quartz, which allow this to drain well yet hold a lot of nutrients. Alright, so we'll mix this in because it's natural or organic fertilizer. You want to incorporate it in, and then as it breaks down, it'll keep this fertilized through time, unlike your pellet fertilizers, which kind of go and break down really quickly. And it's kind of, this is safer for sure, but it does last a lot longer. Okay, back to my line. Press this in. Alright. And because I pressed that, now I have a guide. Okay, this is a piece of what I was going to turn into an arrow. It looks like this is a piece of cane, 6 inches. So we have 6 inches from the edge of the bed, 6 inches from the edge of the bed. There's your spot. We'll do about 4 inches deep. Plant them with this facing down, as such. Alright, go 6 inches, right there. Okay, so something pretty important about garlic is the size of the clove you plant tends to correlate with the size of the bulb you get that following spring. So you'll see here, they're particularly different. I mean, I would expect this bulb, now I'm not saying that this is a sure thing, but it's common. I would expect this bulb to be a lot bigger than this one this coming year. And I would expect this bulb to be ridiculous. Actually, I'll plant that. But yeah, so garlic's not a very greedy plant when it comes to water. I'm not saying it's drought proof, but it's not like a growed up tomato plant. You know, I'm gonna water it every 3 days approximate, you know, and that's in a raised bed. In the ground, you probably get away with even less. But it is important, though, once again, to go 4 inches deep. So I've got 6-inch spacings, right? And then I got a cut line right here. 4 inches seems like a lot, but there's a lot of research and experimentation. Big farms, they're gonna do 4-inch space or 4-inch depth, and the reason is your best yields will come from about 4 inches. All right, so right about the time you're harvesting your turnips, that's a good time to probably plant your garlic. And so you can see here, we've got, I don't know how big that looks on camera, but that's a larger but good eating size turnip right there. That's a Japanese Hakurei. I love these turnips. I think they're also called tokanashi. I just ripped their leaf off. Oh, a dead one. But yeah, see, they're all sized up to about a perfect eating size for white turnips. That's when you want to plant your garlic. If you like what you've seen, consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.